Hey y'all, it's your girl Shakyra Mabone,
Jada, Vasser,
and Anthony Brinson, and this is All Shades of Chocolate, where we bring
the sweetest,
the hottest
black culture to MSU.
We back again. Week 2, season, what we on, 3? Season 3?
Yes, season 3.
Have we reached our 1 year anniversary yet? Wouldn't
Yes,
today be
it's
our
today.
1 year anniversary?
Yes.
Listen, that is insane. Thank y'all for the claps.
Yes.
I hesitated a bit because I'm like, I don't want to keep getting this date wrong. But especially since it's been, listen, that's going to, I probably might do that like 3 more times this recording. But especially, see you in the jinx me. But with it being pretty much my also year anniversary, and then now it officially being the anniversary of All Shades of Chocolate, again, I'm going to keep doing it until probably for the rest of our journalistic careers. Thank both of you. I thank both of you individually, especially because, one, y'all did a huge campaign of getting me to actually accept working here, because I remember it was during the time I was at my other job, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do 2. I don't know if I'm even qualified, and y'all like, no, please, come on.
Listen, I had to beg him because I was...
begging for you.
Here you go again.
All right, my man.
Bro, we on video, you can't sing?
Yes, we can do this. Hey, matter of fact, hey, how y'all doing?
Gang... No, I ain't
Whoa. I bet I don't know. They go look at that like, oh, here they go.
But no, I had to beg her. I was like, bro, take my job. I don't want to do this no more, because I was podcast coordinator too, and I was just like, I was getting too stressed. I was like, I don't want to do it. And plus, we need another host. Why not?
And the fact that, like, she pretty much gave me her job and showed me the ways, and then now it's flow like this. And then even Jada making sure, like, to go be with Shakyra and make sure they give me the work here. And if I'm not mistaken, which one of y'all told Samaya about me?
Me.
I think it was you, because we had the joke. So I don't know, have I told this story about Mippa on here before?
Know.
So shout out my man's Jeremy. I'm gonna say something. Shout out my man's Jeremy Steele. Shout out Professor Jeremy Steele, really great guy. And I first met him through the MIPA organization or MIPA program, and it was pretty much a program like you worked with the kids coming in, and my role, I was more so like a counselor. I wasn't like in the classrooms, but to my understanding, you could be in the classrooms, be like a mini teacher. It's a pretty cool experience.
Oh, so like a TA?
Yeah, that's pretty much
nice,
mine was, like a TA. And like, bro, matter of fact, this segue to a whole nother story. Eventually, let me finish one story first. Eventually, this is going to where I saw somebody there, black lady, she was talking, I think it was Claire, coincidentally, or it was somebody that we also knew. And I had tried to speak to her a few times, and she did not speak to me back. I'm like, that's crazy. And I was one of the only other black people there, too.
Face. She was like...
She didn't even give me a straight face. She just gave me a bland face and she just wouldn't. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I did. I ain't know if
no way.
I don't even know. So then, long story short, this ended up being my boss for the editor-in-chief Samaya overall. And then she was like, I'm so sorry, my bad. And I still sometimes mess with her to this day about it. But it was so crazy to, like, it was one of those, like, small world moments. But the other tangent I was about to go on, so... I was working with a lot of kids. First of all, them kids was tall as
I thought you was about to say they bad. I'm like,
no, they were. But like, it was one dude. I told y'all about this. It was a guy. He used to talk like this. He was like, yeah, I'm going for the podcasting. He was 15. I'm like, and he was taller than me. I'm like, what is in what is in the food?
They be eating their Wheaties, huh?
Okay, for real. And it was one of the times. It was like 6, 7 in the morning. Now y'all know, if y'all know me, I do not like being woke up in the morning. So I hear on my door. I'm like, let me see what's going on, So then the little kid, he's such an adorable kid, so bad too, so adorable kid. He was like, hi. I was like, hey, how you doing? Like, is everything okay? He was like, yeah, everything's fine. Give me a high five. Matter of fact, camera. He was like, give me a high five. I'm like, nah, I know kid. I know young boy. So I'm like, he's doing this for a reason. His hand was real sticky, and I'm like, why do you want? I'm like, no, I'm not giving you a high five.
You're better than me, because I would have been like rubbing my face.
No, because I didn't give him the high five. I'm looking at him, I'm like, no, I'm not going to give you a high five. He's like, nothing's wrong. I'm like, why your hand sticky? He's like, no reason. I'm like,
cracking up over there.
I'm like, go have a good rest of your day at class. And I'm like, there's no way I didn't just get woke up for that.
This is why you have to like kids. If you like do anything with kids involved, students, you gotta like them.
Which is so crazy, because even though he was so bad in that moment, it was so adorable. I'm like, okay, this is so cute. And then there was another thing, was so bad. They were so intelligent and bad at the same time. They literally stacked a tower of chairs and put them on the elevator and was like moving chairs around. I think I got a picture of it. I got a video of it. They had all the chairs in one, put it on the elevator, got it downstairs, and like, I'm like, I was impressed at the creativity and befuddled by the badness. Like, what went through your mind?
Just sit down and sing your ABCs, color, be on your phone.
Shut your mouth.
What are we doing?
Silent lunch. Y'all remember that?
Man, what?
It was so fun too, and then what makes it all worth it? Because I wasn't mean. I would just when they did stuff, I'm like, why are y'all like what? They were like, oh yeah, he was one of the best what's the names we ever had. And I was like, oh, see, this would make my hand. This would make it like, oh, this would make it so much better. Like when y'all so bad, and now y'all can see our little bloopers of me just hitting my hand on the wrist or on the table, for example. Yeah. But that whole 5-minute tangent, as I look at the clock, was related to nothing we talking about today. And
listen, we
glad y'all stay here for the rants, but we're gonna do another music episode. More specifically, the importance of our backgrounds in terms of how we learned music and how we grew up to loving music. I myself was in varsity choir. I'll let them talk about what they were in because I always mess it up. But I guess we can go in order of how we're sitting. So Jada.
Oh, wait, I'm saying what I was in? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Anthony thinks I was in orchestra. No shade to the orchestra people. My twin sister was in orchestra. She played violin. That wasn't me. I was in marching band. From, I count 6th grade to 12th grade, but really technically 8th grade to 12th grade. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was marching band, not orchestra. Marching band.
What was the technicality? You said technically 8th grade and not 6th grade.
Oh, well, technically, because they introduced the idea to us in like 6th grade, but they didn't really take it serious till I got to 8th grade. Okay. So that's when it was like technically 8th grade.
Okay. And Miss Mabone?
Yeah, I was in concert band and marching band too. From 8th to 12th, but I started like playing like an instrument in 7th grade, but I switched schools. I used to like switch schools around. It's so weird, but yeah.
Could you specify more on what concert band is?
So concert band is
I was in that too.
Yeah, so it's like basically like a symphony, but like without the strings and stuff like that.
Okay.
And you just have like the horns, the percussion, and all that good things and stuff like that. I played the flute for concert band, and then I played the piccolo. That's like the miniature version. What? I knew you was gonna say
Special
that.
Beam
I knew you was gonna. And that's the miniature flute for the marching band. It was
So you was on your schoolwork type time, or no? That's clarinet. My bad. That's clarinet. Oh, you were on your schoolwork time.
And they used to always call me Squidward at school. I was like, that's not.
So we got Squidward and Squilliam.
What?
What's good with you, Squills?
Squidward and Squilliam is crazy.
Bro. Yes, I played clarinets, bro. Woodwinds unite. Woodwinds is the best part of the band. Without woodwinds, they wouldn't sound.
Oh, you missed it. You missed the fist bump.
Hey, wait a minute. No, I was talking. Hey, redo that.
All right, take two.
Whoever edited this, cut that out, bro. Nah, bro, that's my dog, bro. Come on, bro.
No, Brad, leave it in.
No, it would be funny.
We looking on YouTube. Why would they do that?
Woodwinds unite.
Woodwinds unite, bro.
She just let me hang. I'm like,
I didn't see, bro. I'm so locked. I was locked in right here. I'm like, huh? Nah, bro. I was locked in right here, bro.
Yeah.
So, what was the first instrument y'all ever played or ever touched or took a liking to?
Flute.
Clarinet.
Okay, those are y'all first. Cool.
I am planning to like pick up another instrument. I want to play like the acoustic guitar because I always love how it sounds, and it's just like really pretty in music and stuff like that.
You know that one dude that be with the rappers that be playing the
the ukulele.
Yes,
I know. Yes, oh my god, I love his video so much.
Shout out him. I can't think of his name right now, but I keep alluding to this episode with DeMonte because trust me. Whether you call it overhype or not, very talented individual. And the way I met him, I was in ComArts. And if you're familiar with the ComArts building, that big lecture hall, it used to have a piano in it. And I was going in class one day.
I think it's, what is it, class 108?
Yeah.
Or wait.
It's one of those.
It's one of them.
Yeah, one of those.
It was with a professor. It was a P. Was it Parker?
Parks.
Yeah.
Perry Parks.
Shout out Agent P, bro. Okay. But I was going to a different class that day, and I was walking in, and I heard a beautiful. Were you playing? I don't know if you remember. Were you playing the John Legend song first? So he was playing John Legend, one of my favorite songs. Is it called All of Me? Yeah, All of Me by John Legend. I'm like, I to my ear, y'all can see the camera. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
He said,
that's one of my favorite songs.
What is that melody?
What is that melody? So then I went down, and in the most Anthony way possible, if y'all know me, I just do this. I just literally walked all the way down and walked up to him like, first of all, hi, but also you are incredible. And he's like, he looking at me like, who are you? Like, thank you. And then I asked him to play like.
DeMonte was like, come on, man, you messing me up.
No, what the crazy part, I wasn't. He was talking to me and still playing, and then he played me another song, and I asked him to play something else, and it's just his story. I'll let him tell his own story when we get him on the podcast, but just it was incredible to understand, because the only person, to my understanding, as I look at you, you've learned, like you taught yourself, right? So the only person I had ever heard personally in my life doing that was my cousin. She taught her own self how to play piano, and the fact, especially being in varsity choir, knowing like the ins and outs of a piano without knowing how to play it.
Wait, What's your register in choir? Like, what are you? Like, are you
Well, I thought I was supposed to be in, it was baritone. But what my second choir teacher wanted, she wanted me to be mainly tenor. And, like, I feel like I'm more baritone because I couldn't consistently hit higher notes. And at that time, I didn't know how to sing from my diaphragm. Yeah. So it was really coming from my throat and, like, mouth, pause. Yeah. And it was more difficult to consistently hit higher notes. So... that was that. But with knowing how piano works, the fact that somebody can self-teach themselves and like from a whim, it's incredible. And Chandler Park, shout out Chandler Park if you went there from elementary school this time specifically. There was I can never forget her name. Man, it was Miss Constantino. She was the music teacher, and we all played recorders. The little like
it's like
a mini
like a flute or something like that. And it's in the same family.
Yeah, and I was terrible at it. Could not play it. But she would always say this in class. She always taught us this lesson. She'd be like, early is on time. On time is late. And late is unacceptable. And that's still with me all this time. Just that journey of having that musical like background and then getting in varsity choir, it always makes me appreciate music more. Because I feel like, especially in songs more catered to like choir or orchestral or R&B specifically, I hear things that most people usually don't pick up on in music, and I wouldn't have that without my background or even y'all background. Because I always confuse marching band and all like concert band with orchestra, because when all of y'all will perform, it's like it was a movie. Like everybody came to see the marching band.
Can you tell Jada about the winter concerts? At CPA?
Listen, again, people gave us standing ovations for choir, but when it was time for like orchestra and like band, like
we tore it up every time. Shout out to Charles Thomas. Listen, that's my man right there.
And then one of my friends, Imani Staley, she played the violin. I'm pretty sure they give her a solo.
Bro, they did that at my school too.
Y'all were like, even as somebody who was technically competed against y'all, like orchestra and band and marching band, y'all all were the best. Because especially when it came to like the tournaments, the bands I have to go to, it'll be and then with how CPA, with how my high school was structured, they would practice right outside the choir room. Yeah. So I would see firsthand
like okay, so the choir room was like literally right there, and the band room was like right there. You know, when we had to like do our solo practices, we had to go in the hallway or go outside and march and stuff like that. So you be hearing us, trust and believe. Like you used to hear us.
And like there was one guy, they leaders was always funny, but one guy specifically, Jordan Harris, shout out Jordan. He was very like no BS.
Yeah,
like,
he's the drum major.
Actually.
He's the drum major at Wilberforce now. Wilberforce University. Yeah.
Yeah, and even the teacher. What was y'all teaching? He was a cool guy too.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas. Mr. He ain't take no BS either.
Yeah,
but he
love Mr. Thomas. I just saw him out. Like that's my.
Like I have so much respect for that part of music because you don't have the varsity choirs without the instruments. They always tell us to use our voice like an instrument, so we don't have those.
And
we don't
singing
have it.
Is hard too.
Like, and all of this is so difficult. And Dr. Vasser gave me an interesting perspective that I never thought about. Can you give your opinion on if you feel marching band is a sport or not?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is a sport.
Okay.
It is a sport. I will die on this hill because it is a sport. Because more specifically, my marching band, Mr. Dr. Deontay Kennedy, when he was my marching band director, he trained us as if we were an HBCU marching band. Yeah. We practiced with the basketball players. We practiced with the baseball players.
And I worked like a dog day and night.
Their workout routines, we did. We had to send him workout routines that we would do. There would be practices for hours where we would just work out, run the track, run across the field with your instrument, playing, running. It builds up your lungs so that when you march,
hit that 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's because when you play an instrument, it's all from your diaphragm, but it's all lungs. So if you have bad lungs, you're not going to march a parade for 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. So all of that was torture to me. But when we did the parades and the Battle of the Bands, we could breathe longer and you could breathe better. So yes, it's a sport because we train just like we're doing a sport. We have competitions just like sports. I'm not battling you for a basketball or a football.
This is for trophies.
It's a sport. You hear me?
Now we got the camera too.
It's not a sport yet. Look at me.
Okay.
It's a sport. It's a sport.
Period.
Especially my marching band, it was a sport. Ooh, I was in the best shape of my life. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Man.
I never thought about it like that, but even then, especially when like weather being bad, don't matter. Y'all out there, at least my marching band out there.
Snow, rain, the wind.
Hot,
oh my
out there all the
god.
time. And then I used to feel so bad at the games. They do not let y'all sit down.
No.
Like hold stand. I'm like, dang, that's crazy in the mud.
It's discipline. The point of marching band with a lot of directors is to build discipline. It's building you up so you can withstand everything. So, bro, my
That's
marching
why I didn't
band
want to
days.
go for college.
Oh yeah, I wasn't
like,
doing it for college. Nah.
I didn't want to do that.
HBCU, nah.
And then try to get me to go to KSU too.
Bro, for
no disrespect to
pride.
them because they are bad. They're one of my favorite bands personally.
Yes. I clap up all the HBCU bands. If you're out there doing it, I clap you up.
Yeah.
Me?
Mm-mm.
I want it to go right.
Because my cousin, he's from Pine Bluff, and he said that like whenever like they have like a parade, and you know it's hot down there, it's really dry.
Yes.
It's in Arkansas or somewhere like that. But he said like people was like actually passing out, and then they had to like march over that person because you couldn't stop. You had to keep going. I was like, no, I'm not about to do that.
we had a parade. I don't think I went. We had a parade. It was towards the end before my band director, Mr. Kennedy, left. We had a parade. It was so hot. It was like a record-breaking heat in Michigan. But we were out there parading. So if you had to get out of line, you had to fill in the gaps because he taught us. He said if somebody falls out, don't stop. Keep going.
You got to keep
going. The
going.
show will go on no matter what happens. So yeah, people needed to drink water. They lightheaded, but you just filled in the spots and you kept doing the show. It's a discipline thing. Let me tell you something. The discipline of Depps' marching band from like when I was a freshman in high school. Man, some of the highest discipline I ever had. He'll tell you to do anything and you do it without thinking. Like,
did y'all have a creed?
A what?
A creed?
A creed.
Like,
isn't that something you say, right?
Yeah, like you say like at the end of the practice.
Oh yeah.
Okay, ours was it was like the price of success, and then we repeated the price of success. The price of success is everything or something like that.
Y'all remember it?
And then if I reap all the benefits of the wars, it was something like that.
Yeah,
we had to like say that every time.
Yeah. We had speeches. Oh my god, yes, because then it was a mental thing. Where did your marching band do a thing where you were a crab before you had to cross over?
Yeah.
So okay.
What was your crab name?
I don't even remember.
Mine's is Bubblegum.
Bubblegum?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Nah, my drum majors was ODing with crab names. They used, man, it's some crab names I can't even say.
No way.
I used to be like, bro, why you do him like that? But yeah, no, we had phrases. I'm trying to remember. What's the one we said after every competition and every practice? I think it was, life I have is yours to keep. Life I have until we meet. And we said it after every practice, so that when we came back, he said we met again, pretty much. So yeah, that's
so sweet.
Yeah, we said it after every practice and every game, and then we had like other like chants we would do. We had sectional chants, so clarinets would have a chant, trumpets would chant, they would sound off. Man, the words sound
dances.
off. I mean, yes, field show dances. We had a lot.
Yeah.
I had some good memory.
Yeah,
I wish I could have that
really
memory.
fun. I mean, I met my boyfriend in band, ex-boyfriend.
I met my boyfriend in band. That's how I met Stevie.
Well, he's my ex-boyfriend now. Let's just get that straight.
I'm still dating.
Yeah.
I met Stevie when we were in 11th grade marching band. That's how we met. He played trombone.
I guess it's a stereotype within like marching band. The flute or the woodwinds always date the percussionists, like the drummers and stuff like that. Yeah, he was a drummer, so I mean,
a lot of my clarinet section dated the drummers.
Yeah,
I dated a brass player.
Is there like a correlation? What's the correlation?
I don't know.
We don't know. That's just the stereotype.
They like how y'all beat it down, or they like how they beat it down.
Whoa.
Yeah, cut
if
that.
I ever lose my job,
Cut that.
If I ever lose my job, no, keep it. You keep it.
You should keep it. Not with me. And no,
keep the angle on me for that.
Oh,
I
mean, shoot.
Yeah, see? All right, now we even.
We not even. We not even at all. Anyway, marching band, right? So,
beat it up. Little drummer boy.
Ask the question. Ask the question.
Now I'm just a question answer, bro.
Yeah.
All right, look. So hear me out. So
ain't no way you said that with a camera pointed to you. That is mad.
I just asked the question.
No, you didn't. That's mad.
That's
mad.
You know the Energizer Bunny was a boom.
He was bass drum too. See?
Perfect. I'm for sure keeping.
You know, we call him. Well, I mean.
All right, let's not take it too far. I don't want to lose my job for real. All right, relax. Shout out Going Deeper. That's the only reason we get jokes like this off. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, bro.
But with the discipline that y'all got from marching band, how would y'all say it stuck with y'all now, even outside of marching band?
That's a good question.
Well, it gave me a good exercise routine. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, cardio.
Yeah. I feel like the discipline, it keeps me consistent because I feel like once you get put in that mindset of having a schedule and continuously doing something, it kind of just falls into every other part of your life. Mm-hmm. Especially with school. Like, I wouldn't say I have a strict school schedule, but I still have, like, the mental brain that I did back then that keeps me going. Like, it keeps me like, no, you have to do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, in that order. Because that's all marching band was. You did things in an order. Mm-hmm. And if you messed up the order, you had to do it again. Mm-hmm. If you messed up the order, you had to do it. Drop. Man, oh my God. It's some stuff that ran PTSD with me. Because it's just like drop, sound off, all that stuff ran PTSD with me.
So drop, basically what that means, if somebody like in the band like section, I seen that, like mess up on a note or like messed up when you do the sound off before you kick off or whatever.
Everybody drop.
Or like if the percussion messed up a cadence or whatever, like if you kept doing it, basically the band director, he's going to get like irritated, or she will get irritated and then drop. You're going to have to do push-ups or like
push-ups,
we did
push-ups or flutter kicks, or like sit-ups or whatever. It's whatever, to help your core and things like that.
Let me tell you something. A flutter kick to your... I did them. They were great for the abdomen. But for our flutter kicks, he'd let... Well, sometimes the drum major had to do them with us. But sometimes if he didn't feel like picking the beat, he'd be like, okay, drum major, pick the rhythm.
All right, there go house lights again.
Y'all see that? There it goes.
That scared me.
Y'all saw that? That's been happening all
day.
Bro,
stuff been falling in his newsroom since like our diversity meeting.
That's what I'm saying.
What that mean?
We gonna get into that later. Anyways, yeah. So the flutter kicks, I like doing flutter kicks too, but my drum major was petty, and they make the beat really slow. So the beat would be this. So at every beat, that's one leg, then the other leg, and you had to keep your legs up at a certain degree, or you have to do it again. And they make it even slower, or they made it even slower.
It's basically like boot camp in a way, but
it's
with
really,
instruments.
It's really
with
boot
fun
camp.
Music,
We're playing. Yeah.
It's perfect you mentioned that. You've been in ROTC before, right?
No, not at all.
I was gonna
not
ask,
at all.
I was gonna ask the comparison between that and marching band.
Yeah. My bandmate, her name is Natalia. She was in ROTC. So yeah, her crowd name was Paper Towel actually because
Paper Towel.
Is there an appropriate reason why it was called Paper Towel?
I mean,
again, I don't want to lose I don't know how far we can go with this type of stuff. Just
say it has something to do with her complexion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Paper Towel is correct.
That's insane. That's insane.
Man, what class was they? 2017? Them seniors, they was mean. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Man, what? The seniors, man.
Bro, and this gonna be kind of random. Do y'all have stories of like experiences with seniors while y'all were freshmen or underclassmen?
Like, in what sense?
So I'm gonna give you an example.
Give me an example.
CPA used to do a thing. They used to do shadowing. I don't know if y'all school did it as well, to where like I was in 8th grade, like the middle schoolers shadow the high schoolers. Right?
I never did that.
So
that's so weird.
So I did it, and I even with this story, I loved it. But I was in 8th grade, and if you know me from like in my personal life, I was very small. I'm still small, so even smaller than I was now.
Yeah, he was a
so. And I was short, and my voice was higher, so it was great. It made me sound like this, very tiny.
Yeah.
So very squeaky. I had a lot of energy. It was funny. But so I had to go to the restroom one time, and it was a bunch of seniors in there. And with how CPA designated each grade, it was by shirts. So like I had a bright orange shirt, and they had on burgundy.
We told you that, like.
Yeah.
So they knew I was an 8th grader. Bro, why did they pick me up and was holding me in the sky and
like
wouldn't let me down?
Like
yes, bro. Yes, bro. And it took my shadow, who was a girl, to come in because I was screaming out there. I was like, put me down. And they had to come in like, put him down. And I'm like,
way.
I was scared. And I also had to pee, so I'm like, okay, they scared me essless. Let's not say the word, but.
Why they pick you up?
Why would they do that? Now I need to know who it was.
Coincidentally enough,
I might know them.
it was I don't remember who it was, but it was coincidentally on a freshman Friday. So they were
Freshman Friday. I used to be scared of that. I thought that was like real. I never experienced nothing like that before.
My school
it was real.
Did it?
It was real for at least during this period. It stopped once like my class got into the high school. But even then, that same day, we was in the lunchroom, and somebody, one of the seniors had like pushed all of it, like move it out the way, and one of the teachers had to be like, "Don't treat them like that. Like stop acting like that."
No way.
It was a trip.
That's crazy.
So do y'all got stories like that? Or is it just me?
I think it's just you. Because
I think it's just you.
You know, me, even though I'm like really small, I was smaller back then, I still had like a little bite in me. So you wasn't going to do that to me. Yeah. I'm just saying.
You're not about to pick me up. What are you talking? No, but we had things like my school did shadow days, not more like for school, but we had shadow days for when I was in 8th grade going into high school to get into like the official marching band when I became a freshman. Mm-hmm. So we did shadow days. Like if we stayed after school, we were able to go across. My high school was across the street from my middle school. Shout out ECE. You go across the street to the high school, and then in the big old band room, their band room was way bigger than my middle school one. So we would go over there like, wow, this band room is huge. It was really like 2 classrooms put together. So we were in this big old band room. The band is like 70, 80 kids, and the band director stands up there and he's like, who's on that middle school? And we like,
y'all was scared to put y'all hands up. That would have been me. I would have been like, oh.
He like, are you in middle school?
But that's the thing, though.
He was like, show me what you can do. We said, what? He said, play your instrument.
Uh-oh.
So, but you know me, I'm kind of skilled with the clarinet, bro, especially back then. So I played. He was like, yeah, you got a spot. I said,
so it was basically tryouts.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
nice.
much. But he said, if you're scared to do it in front of me, you'll never do it in a
front
parade.
Of everybody else.
So you gotta
like
do it.
Band. Yeah.
And of course, you get nervous, you mess up, and people laugh. But he like, hey, I did this to y'all too, though. Let me bring up the video.
Oh,
not yet.
I said, yeah.
That's crazy.
And I was in marching band, bro.
So
it was lit.
I go on these tangents. I'm about to go on another one to tie in these points, but there was a time during the same period of like the pick up the whole Freshman Friday thing. We did some cool stuff at CPA sometimes. We went to another school in Michigan, and it was more like a different culture type of school. Like they were more like Latina based and like other kids there, and like we met some kids. Actually, this is a random tangent, but hear me out. This is like a good story. So one of the individuals I met, they were a really nice person, and they were transgender. And I didn't have much experience with like meeting people like that at the time, because this was like either 9th grade or me transitioning to 9th grade. And they were so nice to like inform me about like the fact that they were transgender in the first place and telling them about that community. And I really appreciated it. It stood out with me. And I don't unfortunately remember who the person was, but those experiences outside of your own realm potentially can make up like who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. So I go on that tangent to then ask, what were y'all favorite memories from being in marching band in your own world of being in school, and then going out to whether it be competing in other schools or like you mentioned, meeting somebody in the marching band? Just what are y'all favorite memories in y'all own marching band, and then if y'all have any outside of your own marching band, like just seeing other marching bands?
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I had a lot of favorite moments in marching band. Now let me also say marching band got on my nerves. Mm-hmm. But with it getting on my nerves, I really, really liked some of our practices where it wasn't more so like workout based, where it was just us like playing like our favorite songs, and like he would like play quiz us on like memorization, because in marching band you have to memorize everything. There's no paper. Really? So you would learn a song.
Y'all don't carry. Yeah.
Some marching bands do though, where they have a little stand on their instruments. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But in our marching band, he said you would memorize everything. So we would do like a week on a song. Then he tested us, see how much we memorized. We're supposed to do it, outside of practice and stuff. But I'd say practice was really like some of my favorite moments, because especially when you got like further into the band and you didn't leave, that's when people like started to open up to you, and that's when you really start to like just talk with people. And then like talking to other clarinet players that played longer than me was really cool, and people who actually wanted to go to college for band specifically. You saw like their drive for wanting to play their instrument, and it's just cool how like music really can take people far.
Music
and also,
make you lose
and also battle the bands, like the performances. We had to go out to other schools. Like we went to Oak Park, we went to River Rouge, we went everywhere and battled these bands.
No, because why everybody's scared of Oak Park? Come on now.
No.
They know all that.
They not at all. Especially not when I did.
No shade to Oak Park.
I don't know what y'all do now, but back in my day, we went to Cass. Ooh, Cass thought they was the stuff, bro.
I didn't know Cass had a marching band.
Yo, yeah.
Because I never hear about them.
Yeah, we battled Cass a lot because we were right there. They were so close to our school. So they always came over, and we went to Cass. Crazy, really interesting performance that I just remember. We performed for the NAACP.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was something we did every year, to where like all the Detroit schools with like bands would come, and my band was sweet. We had Nike tracksuits.
Okay.
We was better. Not too much. Not over there. But for a little Depsa ECE kid, that Nike tracksuit, I wore it
It
down.
was everything.
I still got my Nike duffel bag. I use that everywhere. It say SOS on it.
Oh, that's where that's from?
Yeah, it's from marching band.
Well.
Wait, so did y'all have like full suits or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we had the
drippy,
pants, and then we had a jacket, and then we had a shirt that said our band name on it. So for performances, he said, wear your gear. And we knew that we had to wear that. We used to dress out a uniform. We could wear it all day in class. We could leave class early.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, my band was the opposite. We couldn't wear it all day. It was just yeah, you got to give it back.
They pretty much required us to. Like, they had it, especially on performance days.
Yeah.
Everybody there do the same thing. Marching band, choir. We used to have dripped out in the suits. We used to be cleaning them up on performance days.
I'm about to show y'all my band's suit back then.
I want to see if I can find a picture of me in my Nike tracksuit. I don't know if I have any pictures of me.
Like, we had tracksuits, but we actually had like suits too.
Oh yeah, you mean like the jackets?
Yeah,
we couldn't wear those all day, but they stayed in the band room. But we had those. I'm about to expose myself. Go on YouTube, search up Detroit Edison marching band. You'll find me.
I'm in young Jada Vasser. Okay,
I'm in all of those videos.
Don't look us up.
Nah, we was good. Look us up. We was good.
Wait, not too much.
we was good. You know over there they be there.
You see, I haven't said nothing about Rouge, right? I'm gonna just keep it at.
We gonna keep it there.
Again, disclaimer, no disrespect to Rouge.
No disrespect to Rouge. I graduated from there, but
we gonna keep it there.
Again, they trying to ruin all these brand dealerships.
What is they gonna do for us?
You never know. You never know. Listen. But, as Shakyra looks for that, one of my favorite memories with being in choir, we did like the travel stuff as well. And matter of fact, shout out Renaissance, shout out Rennie, but we should have beat y'all in that choir competition we had. I forget the year we had it. I think it was 2021. We should have won. I'm gonna tell you why. So we got second place. We got second place and they got first place. Was it Renaissance or Cass? It was one of them, but I think it was Renaissance. And the reason why I feel we won, or we should have won, was because, so let's say I give them, they were more structured singing wise. Like they had some great sopranos, and I would say they sung better than us, right? But I feel we outperformed them by a mile. Like we had, like we was moving, we was hype, we had some hype songs.
Y'all was And
I don't feel like, even though I can say they outsung us, I don't think they washed us to where like, okay, it was a clear gap between like how they sung and how we sung.
Yeah.
Even with that though, like those performances like that, I really like those stick out to me. And you see as I get to the camera say we should have won that. Obviously it has a place in my mind. But also every time it was like one of those, what were the days where like we'd perform at the stage, we'd go to the middle school because they had the bigger stage.
Was it?
Pretty much like the Christmas shows.
Yeah, it was like winter concerts and stuff, like the spring concerts.
Yeah, the spring concert.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, what Shakyra was mentioning earlier, I love those because it was always like a holiday. Like everybody get together, everybody sometimes working with everybody, and then it'd be so crazy. So with how CPA's auditorium, middle school auditorium was structured, as Shakyra shows Jada the picture.
This is the closest. I have another picture, but this, he was...
Oh, we got cameras now.
Well, I don't know if I can, like, show them what, like... Well, anyways, his name was Mr. Arnett. This is like one of our band directors before he retired.
Oh, yeah.
He was like in control of like the music department at CPA as a whole. But yeah, he was a good director, you know?
Yeah.
I missed him.
Ours kind of looked like that, but they were red, obviously, because Depsa Colors was red, white, and black.
I'm gonna just try to show.
I was about to say, low key, if Brad's skilled enough, you could have him that picture and this be one of those editing moments.
Yeah, you know, I have another picture too. I'm gonna try to find it. But yeah, a favorite memory and band. It has to be the practice, and it has to be like the game.
Not a game. We talk about practice. Not a game. Oh, I bet say if you don't get the reference, shout out Al Iverson. But anyways.
Well.
We talking about practice,
what
not
are you
a game.
Talking about?
Yeah.
If you look at the game, if you know, you know. Sports on table. Sports desk probably enough. But
yeah,
y'all talking about a game. We talking about practice. So the origin that Al Iverson was a really great player, but he didn't really like going to practice. And they were writing articles about, or he was in the news.
I heard he was like a rebel. Is that true?
Yeah, saying like he was a rebel. Like he don't come to practice, all that, and then he'll miss practice, but drop like 30 in a game. So that's why he'll come to interview like. So he just had a big head. Okay. Not a game.
Got it.
Talking about practice, but
But yeah, more specifically the basketball games, because I don't know, it was just really fun. And it's just like, no, them basketball games, that's when you get real rowdy. I mean, come on now.
Bro, they used to be fighting at our basketball games.
Yeah,
they fought at ours too.
Especially, who was our rivals? Michigan Collegiate MC.
They was y'all rivals too? Bro.
No, I'm talking about CPA.
Oh, you talking about CPA?
Yeah.
Bro, we did not. Matter of fact, let me you finish first, because CPA did not like them for some reason.
Yeah, it was just every time when MC game come around, like for football homecoming, and then for like basketball, like the championship game, we be so lit, bro.
And then mind you, I'm somebody
we would literally taunt them, like
it was big.
Band, you got away with some stuff that you could do in band. You could literally make fun of people, but if you're like, nah, it's just what you do in band. People like, okay.
When somebody, like when a player had missed, like
no,
we'd be like, brick, she's a brick. Yeah, we be saying that.
To get them off their track. We used to be stomping and clapping. Like, who told us we could do that?
Oh my god,
like, bro,
it was lit though. I don't know.
And like, I'm somebody who like tries to stay out of drama, so I'm not hip to the whole rivalry thing. And then every time they come around, be like, we don't blink with them. Like, it's on site when we. Then it'll actually be on site. Sometimes people just be talking.
Fighting.
No, after the game, whoever lose, they talking, and then we throw a hand just like that U of M MSU game. Shout out to them. But yeah, it was legit beef. I'm like, and then what would always, so I'd always, and people get mad at me when I say this, I'd be like, look, me personally, I don't know what a Michigan Collegiate is. So like, how are they rivals? And they're
like, what is an MC?
Like, they're unknown. Why are we letting somebody unknown? That's funny. Why are we letting somebody unknown be our rivals? But apparently, I mean, hey, it was worthy enough to get them attention and get a reaction.
Oh no, my bad. Go ahead.
No, that was my last.
Another good memory was, so we had a mall next to our school. It was Eastland. It's no longer there.
Shout out Eastland. That's a Detroit staple right there.
It
was that Harper
really
Woods technically? Even it was a Detroit staple.
It really was. I used to go there like for my whole life damn near.
Bro,
but
Charlie's carry Eastland.
No, it did.
Bro, shout out.
And that Chinese spot. I don't know if you had like ever got them. It was like right next to Charlie's, but anyways. That was another good memory. We used to like, me and the band members, we used to go like to the Eastland and just like chill and lollygag and whatever. But it used to be like so bad up there. So it was like one point where you couldn't go up there without like an adult. So
y'all can't come back.
People used to fight outside Eastland. It was
and you met all the Detroit rappers like Cash Doll, Cash Kid used to be up there. It used to be just so fun up there. Like
that was a time.
That was a time.
But with that being said, these are the moments that, like, especially in school, like I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, these like make childhoods. Like, you see, we can get these stories, and like not only we telling it, we getting like emotion, like, yeah, we was the better, yeah, we won, or like Jada mentioned like some moments
with CPA.
Like, I don't know. I'm not hip to it. I can't talk junk because I ain't hip to it. Man, we gonna pull up the video. We gonna get the records. We go see what's up.
I told you, go on YouTube, bro.
Pull up Battle of the Band, the KSU. Let's see.
Matter of fact, I'll let them end it off with this. What was your favorite song to perform and why?
Oh,
what did y'all perform?
Gosh,
we played Mamas of Love.
Yeah,
that was my favorite.
We played
Art of Noise.
Wait,
Art of Noise.
I'm trying to see if I still have like my band notes, because a lot of things with my lyrics, because a lot of the times when he taught us, kind of going to what I was talking to Monte about learning by ear, he wouldn't give us sheet. He'd tell us the note, and he said play it like. But play that E, C, D, A, and we have to write it down and remember it. So that's how I kind of heard how to do stuff by ear, because he wouldn't even say no. He'd say, okay, play it.
Yeah.
And we played it, and he's like, all right, that's your part. Remember it. Man, we played a lot. We played.
Y'all play Big Baller?
Yeah.
Yes! Oh my God, that's my junk!
We played a lot. We played God's Plan by Drake, man.
Oh,
we played T-Shirt by Migos. And
really?
Then,
oh, no, that'd be fire,
but
man.
Yeah, and then we would do songs to it. We would change the lyrics to, like, fit our band, and we'd shout it out, like, in between the breaks. Man, if I could go back. We played Rockstar, Nuck If You Buck. We played Neck. Do you know Neck?
Lit.
Yeah. Talking outside of your neck.
Yeah, we played Neck, man. Once you play that song, that's when people really wanted to like keep going. Like Neck, they be like, "Oh no, you're not about to do that to me, man."
Do y'all have like your own like school song? Cause we have one. It's called CPA Funk, and it was like we chanted. It was like CP. Y'all don't have that?
I think we did.
CPA.
But
CPA.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Do I remember it? Nope. But we definitely had it. But I changed band directors a lot too. Yeah. So a lot of our stuff like changed. Like once my first band director left and I got my new one, they just kept doing a lot of different stuff differently.
Right.
For band, did y'all have to do did y'all have when the drum major would call off a specific thing, y'all had to do a move and shout stuff out?
Yeah.
Talk about memory, bro. Talk about, if I had my clarinet, I would be a fool and get up and redo all this stuff because I knew how to. I remember it. When you talk about it, it's in my head. Like, okay, when he do this whistle, you do that. When he do this whistle, when you hear the percussion get loud, you do this. Mm-hmm. Like, it was commands to where he's like, you have to learn it because he's not gonna call it out all the time. Mm-hmm. So when you hear it, you just do it. Man,
they be like, bam. They be like, bam.
Hey, mm-hmm. Talk about memory. Oh man, we played a lot of songs though. It's even songs that I didn't even write down that we played though. We also, what I kind of liked, so we did a lot of like church events too, where we performed at churches.
That was me, but concert band.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all know the song by the Clark Sisters, "You Bought the Sunshine."
Yeah,
we played that song.
Do I know you?
Hey, y'all valid.
That's that joke.
Hey, do y'all know though? Oh, you don't? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, search up Clark Sisters, "You Bought the Sunshine." We played it, and when we played that song, since people know it, that was a song where people like got up and started dancing to it. And I was like, wait, you telling me we could be churchy too? And man, we can get church.
Yeah, it have a lot of broad.
You can do it anywhere. Yeah. Literally, that proved that okay, you can bring your marching band to church, and people are like, okay, what's good? Yeah,
I'm scrolling through my Google Photos, and I'm like. Why is this person on my phone, bro?
But that'd be me. I'd be like, hey.
Google and Snap be messy. Google and Snapchat, they be messy.
I'm trying to
memory from 4 years ago. I don't want to remember.
Sick.
But
I'm trying to find the picture.
It's crazy you mentioned the part about the churchy part, like having that aspect of it as well. And you brought back a memory of like playing by ear, learning by ear. Because our choir teacher, bro, shout out both of my choir teachers, Miss Hoke and Miss Griffith. I loved both. And Miss Griffith was so funny. She was, in my opinion, I'll make sure I put the disclaimer in my opinion. She was more of like a perfectionist. And like, so 2 funny stories and then we can get out of here. But to relate more to playing by ear, she'd try to get us to do that, like singing by ear. She'd sing a note and be like, okay, sing it like this. If we mess up, she'd go to that piano, play the note, be like, this is how you sing that, and like, this is how you sing that note. We look at like, girl, it is not that deep. And then she'd get that face, and then when she conducted, shit, like,
oh my God, when they get,
yeah. They be like,
and bro,
that's how you know you're messing up. Come on.
I'm pretty sure I told y'all this. If I have, shout out to OGs of All Shades of Chocolate. But we had a warm up. It was for Annunciation. It was Timothy, Titus, took 2 T's, tied 2 tops, 2 tall trees.
All I know is every good boy don't.
Like, what you know about it though? That was. So yeah, whenever it'll
let's
be.
Let's talk about it.
Listen, it'll be super intense to the Timothy, Titus.
You have to say that T.
It was like each gotta hear.
You want to know that's something that's crazy though? You doing that enunciation, if you keep the way your mouth is structured when you say Timothy, that's how you play instrument.
Like
exactly.
A flute, yeah.
And that's how they sometimes recommend us sing to keep that like little poke.
Because for clarinet to like, and not enunciate with words, but enunciate specific notes when they tell you get stronger, you.
Yeah.
So we kind of do the same.
It all relates, which is
all comes back around.
It's so crazy how music works. But if you guys don't have anything else to share, I'll let y'all. If y'all got anything else to,
I just want to ask: did you almost have to play like another instrument, or you was always like stuck to clarinet?
I was always stuck to clarinet. I wanted to switch my instrument, which funny enough, I told you I met my boyfriend. He played trombone. Yeah. I wanted to play trombone. Really? Then I met him, and then I played it a little bit, but woodwind till I die, bro. I love woodwinds.
Yeah, I can't mess with brass. I'll try to play trumpet at one time. I'm like, no, I don't like it.
Because the difference is, woodwinds, it takes air, but to play a brass and then to get loud, they was standing on chairs.
You gotta like, it's a lot.
Because it's not, it's buzzing. Like, you know how people buzz their lips? That's brass to get their notes out. So I would have to change everything. Then you gotta, nah. Then brass people get too high, bro. Hold on, wait a minute. Woodwinds, we got to sit down. We got to relax. They have to stand up. And if they didn't stand up, they get in trouble.
See, the thing was,
man, oh man,
I was the only piccolo in my section.
You were the only one?
Yeah, and it was like a lot of brass at CPA. Well, no, at Rouge too. I was the only piccolo, so I literally had to like give my all.
Oh yeah, you.
When I tell you, I was lightheaded after every performance.
Talk about it, bro. About to pass out.
Literally, like, oh my gosh, it was so terrible. But I would never change it for the robe.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it. That was fun.
Yeah, it was an era.
That's what I'm telling you. Playing a wood instrument, don't take that for granted. Because to be able to still hear you over 15 trombones, 10 trumpets, 2 tubas, like it takes a lot of lungs and a lot of wind, but you can hear us though.
And that's another great point to mention too. Like even when I would perform varsity choir, I would ask my parents like, could they hear me? And they say yeah. And then it'd be crazy. Like every part is important. Yeah. Like especially in like a big band or a big choir, and it's like. Even it was so crazy. It got to the point, especially Miss Griffith with how she teach. Like if somebody's messing up, like I can hear. Like especially in a performance, I can hear. Or like now, like in my life now, it was funny with I think Participation. It was one of the events they had somebody like a choir singing, and I said to somebody, I said like the specific part of the choir. I was like, they're not hitting a note, like they're hitting a note off key. They looked at me like, how the world do you know that? I'm like, bro,
that'd be me.
What we had to go through.
I'll be like, yeah, no, that ain't it.
They'd be like, why are you playing in that key? That's not even the song. Like, what are you doing? You hear everything now.
Man, wouldn't, like y'all mentioned, wouldn't trade it for the world. And hopefully, whenever we have DeMonte on, I think we're aiming for next week. We don't know how plans work, but if things go as planned, we'll be able to get the perspective of a piano, and I don't even know if you play any more instruments. We'll say that for the next episode, but appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now we're officially on camera. Shout out each podcast who's made this adjustment, and shout out Brad. Shout out the digital desk. Shout out everybody in the State News. And even DeMonte.
Y'all the dream team for real.
Even DeMonte as well for helping with the cameras and stuff as well, but with everything and with all of that being said, this has been All Shades Chocolate, where we've brought
the sweetest,
the hottest
black culture to MSU.
And remember, I can see y'all. Remember to stay sweet. Bye.
Bye.